Yo, what's up, guys? And right away, the second siege we're doing actually playing against my old guild Doubt. Unfortunately, not landing that armor break. I'm still thinking that I have to kind of re-rune this team. It could have been a little bit tricky if that thing Despair stun, but I was like, they should probably be fine. You have the heal block over there. If he doesn't proc, okay, he procced once, but that's still pretty doable. Like 3 against 1. Like if he doesn't, like, the good stunner over there, some damage, another proc. Hey. Yikes, this is where it gets a little bit more difficult. We do get the constant heal blocks, but if he doesn't proc again, oh. Yeah, that's how you lose your freaking hits. Would I say this team is bad? Not necessarily, but I feel like that's, yeah, is what it is sometimes, right? I am planning to re-rune that team to make it slightly more on the damage, but the armor break missed and then there were like 3 consecutive procs, which doesn't really help. But if you have a team like this where you have to push back and the stun, it might be slightly better than the thing that I'm doing with Amber, but I would have to check because I kind of like the heal block from Amber. Maybe there's another unit that pushes back, stuns, and heal blocks? I think I'm asking too much. But yeah, that was that first victory, second victory. I'm really liking this team. I still have to tune it that this team is actually properly in tune because the homunculus is still not in tune. I wrote it on my to-do list to do re-runing on Sunday. So yeah, I definitely have to do some re-runing for this team on Sunday because this team could have been horribly wrong if, like, the Jemaya pretty much always outspeeds. But the homunculus is a lot slower. Also, the Jemaya has high base speed, so that makes things a lot easier. But definitely have to speed up that homunculus. But I'm lacking Swift drones. Definitely after artifacts, I'm going back to farming Swift. Well, I'm also planning to farm PC for quite a while. But after that, I'm definitely going back into Giants. I could do a bit more of R5. I could get extra grinds in there. But there's a lot of stuff that I'm like, yeah, it could use a grind here and there. It would be nice for the rune depth, but then again, do I really need like a 7th rune that is like damage kind of style of something in there? This fight, well, it's a windy Bolric fight, so I'm gonna speed this up a little bit. I must say, I kind of do like the pony. Like, I've been using the pony over Amelia in this team for quite a bit. In this case, it draws some of the attention, and it's better for me if they hit the pony than hit the Bolric. Like, the Bolric is slightly less tanky. Sure, you can make Bolric super tanky as well, but it's a little bit harder because I have them slightly sped up and that kind of stuff. So, yeah, but I think the pony is not too bad. It's just that the healing on the S2 is near to nothing. Like, if that healing was actually a decent amount, it would be a pretty good unit, but I've been using it quite some in RTA as well. Like, it kind of does fit in like a 5th pick where you need like some permanent immunity kind of stuff in a 5th pick Bruiser fight. It is not too bad for that. So, hit on a net 4. This is a pretty typical comp that we have been using in a slightly different way quite some before. But the strength about this is you can work a lot with additional damage artifacts. And you can work a lot on those double sleep. So the double 2-turn sleep is very nasty. Like, sure, you can cleanse that off, but it is still pretty nasty. And then you just work with a lot of additional damage artifacts, as in my case. I've been farming those. I've been farming those artifacts. Even the Windy is doing like fucking 3.7s. Like, how the fuck is your Windy doing 3.7s? It's still the same Windy as I always use. Like, there's nothing different on it except for better artifacts. Or, like, artifacts that are actually focused on dealing damage on additional damage stuff. So, yeah, that's just... Well, there was a branding as well. That kind of helps. That is a little bit cheating. But, yeah, it's still pretty nasty and was critters. But... you get the point. There's a lot of damage to this team where you think like, where are you gonna do damage with this team? Unless you make Shihua like super squidge. But that was actually not the case. This Shihua was also pretty tanky. So, yep, but that's pretty easy win. Could this go horribly wrong if there is a better S3 from the Kiglet at the start? Maybe so, but I think even a 2v3 you can win this in a lot of cases. So that is a kill over there. Now we have also one of my other favorite teams out there. Is this the safest into a Narsha? I'm not entirely sure. I think the Ian team would be safer into a Narsha. Unless someone makes a Swift Narsha, but no one really does that in the first place. In this case, this could go wrong if he heavily focused all damage into Sonya. But I don't even think so, because I would have 2-hit the Narsha anyways. So, yeah, I don't really think that that's that big of an issue. Would it been an issue if he instantly killed the Miang? I think he couldn't, because the Miang is just pretty tanky, and so I don't think so he would be able to. Plus, he needs quite some extra for Tessarion to actually focus the Miang as well. So Sonya could have died after like that trade, so we have a 1-for-1 trade, but besides that, I don't think it's that great. We have a Light Ivor over here. Very strong unit, but would get a lot of turns over here, but it's also somewhat difficult of a unit to build on a lot of damage. It is possible though, but you have to just go like full pure damage, because the damage scaling on that unit is not that great, and the damage scaling on a Feng Yang is freaking ridiculous. So yeah, you know how these kind of matches end. Like I can make this a long fight, I can make this a short fight, but you know that the Feng Yang does too much damage. He's just jumping around with his freaking nunchucks, slapping everyone left, right, and center. Then another fight, another Ivor. Dark Ivor. Dark Ivor, definitely interesting units. But yeah, this team is just too broken. Like, if you're able to build this team, or a part of this team, you just need the Camilla. You can put other units on the left. Well, for what I'm fighting right here, I would recommend to put Camilla over there. Main thing is you have to kill that Sierra. So that's also where I'm focusing with the Belial the moment it comes up on that Sierra, because Sierra is the deadly one, especially with attack buff. Definitely could do a lot of damage. That's for I'm doing a little bit of chap damage over here. But I miss a critter. That doesn't mean that I'm not 100 crit rate. I am 100 crit rate, but you're hitting wrong element, and therefore you reduce your crit rate. So with that, I was like, that's not great. But at least this Windy was still on like the additional damage attack Windy kind of stuff. And therefore just killed the unit as well. Windy is just too broken. And from here, it's kind of straightforward. I think I even pressed this on auto at some point. Like, there's pretty much no way he's winning this. So I didn't press it on auto though. But yeah. The additional damage artifacts on Windy, if Windy doesn't really have to tank, they're actually a lot of damage. Like, just straight up like 8k per hit that he's doing. And then he has the speed buff as well. It's just, it is a lot of damage. That's, yeah, it just really adds up. Like, the speed buff, and then the thing is, to make him tanky, you just go for a lot of HP and defense, and then it works really well on the additionals as well. So yeah, that's pretty solid in there. Okay, then this siege hit was actually recorded during my stream, so I'm kind of gonna talk about it while also being here. Let me fast forward a little bit using that Hey Gang. So Hey Gang plus double LD, the idea is Clara strips the Hey Gang, I follow up with the rest of my team because they are stunned. I'm getting double boosted, but in this case, I get double boosted, but the other ones, well, good thing that they are off-will, that definitely helped out a lot. Monkey, still not stunning, like, that's still not happening. It does a decent amount of damage this way, but it's still not stunning. I'm like, yeah, okay, still not stunning over there. Very happy that he didn't go for the S2. Like, going for S2 over there would have been a lot more detrimental than going for the S3 in that case. So if we kill over there and we kill over there, match should be GG. But yeah, is this by all means a good team? It works. Is it great? Yeah, not really. And then my final hit actually got an upgrade for my Lucian on a artifact, and I'm looking for it right now. Attack increasing effect, artifact, boom! Isn't that a super nice artifact right there? That's a nice artifact in for quite a bunch of units, I would say. But in this case, on the Lucian, attack increasing effect by 20%. I do think it is stronger than additional damage from attack, and it's better than crit damage up. So on the left side, it's definitely very solid. So yeah, with that, if we can insta-clear this, it was somewhat on the slow side. How much damage did I actually do? Ooh, minus 14. So I definitely had damage reduction on, I would say, all 3 units. Because this is the same Lucian we saw last time do 20k. At that time, I had damage on Dark against the Dark unit, but in this case, I didn't. But he was that slow, and he was full on will, that it didn't really matter. Because I'm like, okay, even though that this unit was a triple fighter, it was still good enough to just clear up the wave. So it's nice if you survive Lucian, but then if you don't survive whatever is next to the Lucian, you're still dead. So, right? But yeah, that is the end of the siege video. Hope you guys enjoyed. It was pretty funny to actually play into Doubt like right away on the second siege that we had. Definitely will have to do some rerunning. My defense didn't work out at all. My offenses, I think they could be tweaked a little bit here. The Ian team needs to be faster. Maximilian team needs a little bit more damage. So definitely things I can work on those. Guys, thanks a lot for watching, and see you as always in the next one.